Welcome to another edition of This Week in Rivalry, brought to you by SportsRivalry.com. I'm Corey McCaleb.
And I'm Tate Priest.
And this week we will be discussing the USC Trojans taking on the Stanford Cardinal. Now, USC leads this series all time by a count of 61-33-3. The largest victory in this series came back in 1977 when USC defeated Stanford by a final count of 49-0. Now, Stanford is on a one-game winning streak in this series, defeating the Trojans last year at Stanford by a score of 17-3. But fun fact, Stanford's last victory at the LA Coliseum, which is where this game will take place, was back in 2015. So obviously Stanford not a sure bet to win this one. But with that being said, USC even comes into this game as 2.5-point favorites. So let's see what Tate got to say on the Trojans. Tate.
Well, the reason that USC is only a mere 2.5-point favorite is because their starting quarterback, JT Daniels, went down with an ACL injury. The Trojans will be starting a true freshman quarterback named Keaton Slovis. They ran the ball against Northwestern most of the time, so I'm looking for them to keep that trend up. And with this injury, Clay Helton is on the hot seat, and he will be the main focus of the Trojans this year.
Yeah, and with you talking about USC, you talking about JT Daniels going down with an injury, he's their star quarterback. Well, Stanford's star quarterback, KJ Costello, also went down with an injury last week. Stanford played Northwestern last week, barely survived that game, but KJ Costello went down with a concussion. He's listed as day-to-day, so still no final word on whether he will play in this game. But if he cannot go, Stanford will rely on their quarterback, Davis Mills, to step up and see if he can carry the load for the Cardinal. Now, also for the Cardinal, with USC going with a freshman quarterback, more likely than not, I think me and Tate both expect USC to be running the football very heavily in this football game. Now, the Cardinals' defense allowed just 210 total yards last week to Northwestern, just over 100 of those coming on the ground, so their defense is definitely going to have to shore up. But with Paulson Adebo, who led the team in tackles last year, he's on the Thorpe watch list this year. He's going to be a big player in this one, and also star linebacker Casey Toohill will be a key player to watch. Tackles. That's what it's going to come down to for Stanford this week. I expect it to be a very good game, but I think the big X factor in this one will be USC's run game against Stanford's run defense, and how those two will mix together. Now, for predictions in this one, this game at the LA Coliseum, Stanford's ranked number 25 in the country. It's going to, I believe, be very close just since Stanford's on the road. Even with USC being 2.5-point favorites, I'm still going with the Cardinal in this one. Going to be very close. I'm going 24-20, Stanford on top. What do you think, Tate?
I have the Trojans up 24-21, keeping with that spread.
All right, well, there you hear it. I got Stanford. He's got USC. Come Sunday, we'll see he's wrong. I'm right. You're listening to This Week in Rivalry. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week.